Love doesn't always walk in with a loud announcement. Sometimes it sneaks in quietly, through glances, gestures, and moments that seem ordinary on the surface, but carry something much deeper underneath. When a man is secretly falling for you, he may not say it out loud. He might not even realize it himself at first. But the signs are always there. Subtle clues hidden in the way he acts, the way he looks at you, and how he shows up when you least expect it. In a world where people often play it cool, where feelings are masked behind casual messages and uncertain intentions, it can be hard to know what's real. But real emotions have a way of revealing themselves in small, consistent ways. A man who's falling for you doesn't need to confess his love to prove it. His actions will speak louder than words ever could. He'll remember things you didn't expect him to, notice your moods before you say a word, and quietly make space for you in his life without asking for anything in return. These clues aren't about grand romantic gestures. They're about presence, consistency, vulnerability. You might catch him smiling at you when he thinks you're not looking. You might notice he listens to you more closely than anyone else. He might bring you up in conversations with his friends or send you a message just to say something simple, because in his mind, any reason to talk to you is enough. This kind of falling isn't rushed. It's patient, sincere, and often surprising, even to him. He might try to hide it, afraid of moving too fast or being too obvious. But love has a way of slipping through the cracks, of making itself known in the smallest of ways. And if you're paying attention, you'll see the truth in how he treats you, how he looks at you, and how he reacts when your name is mentioned. This video will walk you through 15 subtle yet powerful clues that a man is secretly falling for you. These are not random behaviors. They are deeply emotional signs that show he's starting to care more than he's saying. If you've ever wondered whether what you're seeing is real, or if your instincts are right, these signs will help you connect the dots. Because when someone's falling for you, even if he's doing it quietly, the heart always leaves a trail. 1. He always finds reasons to talk to you. When a man is secretly falling for you, one of the clearest yet quietest signs is how he consistently finds reasons to talk to you. These moments might not seem intentional at first, but over time, the pattern becomes obvious. He looks for opportunities, big or small, to start conversations with you, even when there's no specific topic to discuss. It's not about what he's saying, but about creating a connection. The conversation itself becomes his way of staying close, of being in your world just a little longer. He may ask casual questions, share something random, or bring up topics that seem unnecessary. But underneath those small talks is a desire to feel your presence and hear your voice. When someone's falling for you, communication is no longer a task, it becomes a need. The sound of your voice, your reactions, the way you express yourself, all start to matter deeply. Talking to you isn't just enjoyable, it brings him a sense of comfort and belonging. These conversations may be frequent, brief, or spontaneous. What matters is the intention behind them. He doesn't wait for a special occasion or a reason. He creates them. Because to him, silence between you feels like a missed moment. He's drawn to your energy, and even a short exchange is enough to brighten his day. This habit often goes unnoticed because it feels natural, but it's rooted in something real. When someone constantly seeks your voice and your presence through conversation, it means you've taken up space in their heart. And even if he hasn't spoken those feelings out loud, the way he keeps finding ways to talk to you says it all. He's falling one conversation at a time. 2. He remembers random details you've shared. When a man is quietly falling for you, one of the most telling signs is how he remembers the random, seemingly insignificant details you've shared. These aren't the big, obvious things that anyone might remember. They're the little pieces of information that slip out in casual conversation. Maybe you mentioned your favorite snack once, or talked about a childhood memory, or said you had an important meeting coming up. He holds on to those moments, not because he's trying to impress you, but because they genuinely matter to him. This kind of memory shows that he's paying close attention. He listens to you with intention, not just to respond, but to understand. When someone cares deeply, the mind naturally begins to store pieces of the person they're drawn to. Those small details become meaningful because they're part of your story, and he wants to know you in every way, not just what you show on the surface, but what lies beneath. These memories often show up in subtle ways. He might bring something up you forgot you even mentioned, or he might anticipate your needs based on something you said in passing. These moments can feel surprising, even touching, because they prove he's listening, with his heart, not just his ears. Remembering random details isn't about perfection. It's about emotional presence. It shows that you're not just another conversation to him. You're someone he's invested in, someone he's thinking about, even when you're not around. When a man stores your words like they matter, it's because you matter. And that kind of attention is rarely accidental. It's one of the strongest signs that his feelings are slowly, steadily becoming something deeper. 3. He gets a little jealous, but tries to hide it. When a man is secretly falling for you, jealousy can begin to surface, softly, subtly, and often unintentionally. He might not come right out and say it, but his reactions speak louder than words. When he sees you talking to someone else, especially another guy, there's a quiet shift in his energy. His tone might change, he may become unusually quiet, or he might suddenly bring up a different topic to distract from what he's feeling. It's not possessiveness, it's vulnerability trying not to be seen. This kind of jealousy is often wrapped in restraint. He doesn't want to appear controlling or obvious, so he holds back. But inside, there's a tug, a feeling that he's not the only one who sees how amazing you are. That thought can make his emotions stir in ways he wasn't prepared for. It's a signal that his feelings have grown past the point of indifference. You're not just a friend or someone he enjoys being around. You've started to matter in a way that makes the idea of losing your attention uncomfortable. He might ask small, careful questions about who you were with, or who texted you, trying to keep it casual. But if you look closely, you'll notice the flicker of unease behind his smile. That's his heart speaking, even when he's trying to stay composed. It shows he's emotionally invested, even if he's not ready to admit it. This kind of hidden jealousy isn't meant to control. It's a quiet sign of care. It comes from a place of feeling something real and not knowing exactly how to express it yet. When he tries to hide that flicker of jealousy, it means he respects you enough not to pressure you, but it also means you've already started to matter more than he planned. 4. He texts you even when there's no reason to. When a man is secretly falling for you, he doesn't wait for a specific reason to reach out. He simply wants to talk to you, no matter what time it is or what's going on. His messages don't always carry deep meaning or urgency. Sometimes they're random thoughts, a meme he found funny, a song he wants you to hear, or just a simple, "What are you up to?" These texts may seem casual on the surface, but underneath, they reveal something more tender. You're on his mind, often and naturally. Texting without a reason means you've become part of his daily rhythm. He doesn't need an excuse to talk to you because the conversation itself brings him comfort and joy. He wants to feel close, stay connected, and hear from you, whether it's to laugh, share, vent, or just exist in each other's space through words. When someone makes the effort to keep in touch without needing a motive, it's because your presence matters to them, even in the smallest form. These messages might not be long or dramatic, but they're consistent. He doesn't disappear for days and then come back with an explanation. He checks in, keeps the connection going, and lets you know in his own quiet way that he's thinking about you. His texts become part of your day not out of obligation, but because he genuinely wants to be in yours. It's not about the content of every message, it's about the intent behind them. When someone reaches out with no real reason except to talk to you, it's a sign that their feelings are growing. He may not say it outright, but every message he sends without needing to is his heart's way of inching closer, little by little. 5. He listens to you more carefully than others. When a man is slowly falling for you, his attention shifts in ways that are hard to fake, especially in how he listens. Around others, he might be relaxed, distracted, or only half engaged. But with you, it's different. He listens more closely, more intently. He makes eye contact, leans in slightly, and reacts thoughtfully to what you say. He's not just waiting for his turn to speak. He's absorbing your words because they matter to him. This kind of focused listening comes from a genuine desire to understand you. He's not trying to impress you by pretending to care. He actually does. Your stories, your thoughts, your feelings, they hold weight in his mind. Even when you're venting or sharing something small, he gives it space and takes it seriously. His responses are thoughtful, not rushed. He remembers things you said in previous conversations and brings them up later, not to show off, but because they stuck with him. It's easy to overlook this, especially when it feels so natural. But true listening is a rare kind of attention. It shows that he's emotionally present with you, not just physically there. He values your voice and your experience, and he wants to make sure you feel heard, not just once, but every time. This consistency reveals emotional investment, even if he hasn't put it into words yet. When a man starts to listen to you more carefully than he does with others, it's a sign you've become more than just another person in his life. You're becoming someone he's building a connection with, someone who has already started to shape his inner world. And that kind of listening, rooted in care and curiosity, often speaks louder than any love confession ever could. 6. He notices small changes in your mood or appearance. When a man is developing genuine feelings for you, he begins to notice the little things, the subtle changes in your mood, the quiet shifts in your appearance, and even the expressions you try to hide. It's not that he's watching you constantly, it's that he's tuned into you in a way most people aren't. He picks up on the energy you carry, the way your tone changes when something's bothering you, or how your smile feels slightly different on a hard day. This kind of awareness comes from emotional closeness. You've become important enough to him that even the slightest shift in how you present yourself stands out. Maybe you change your hairstyle or wear something new, and he's the first to notice. Maybe you say, "I'm fine," but he senses you're not. He doesn't need dramatic clues. He sees the change because he's paying attention, even when you're not speaking out loud. When someone starts to notice these small changes, it's rarely by accident. It's a sign that he's connected to you emotionally, not just physically. He's attuned to your presence in a way that goes beyond surface-level interest. Your well-being matters to him, and he instinctively wants to understand and support you, even if he doesn't always know how to say it. You may not realize how carefully he's observing you until he quietly mentions something you didn't think anyone noticed. And in that moment, you'll feel it. Not just that he's looking, but that he sees you. That depth of attention doesn't come from casual affection. It comes from a heart that's slowly falling for you, one quiet detail at a time. 7. He gets nervous or shy around you sometimes. When a man starts falling for you, no matter how confident or composed he usually is, you might notice small moments where he seems nervous or unexpectedly shy around you. It's not because he's unsure of himself. It's because you matter to him more than he expected. Your presence brings out something different in him, something more tender and vulnerable. The stakes feel higher when real feelings are involved, and that pressure to leave a good impression can make even the most self-assured man second-guess himself. He might stumble over his words, fidget with his hands, or avoid eye contact for just a second longer than usual. These aren't signs of disinterest. They're quiet reactions to how much he wants things to go right. When he's around others, he may seem perfectly relaxed, but with you, there's an added layer of emotion that makes him more self-aware. That shift, no matter how small, is often a glimpse into his growing attachment. This nervousness doesn't come from fear, it comes from care. He's not worried about being judged. He's hopeful that you'll see him in a way he can't quite explain. You bring out emotions in him that he may not fully understand yet, and that uncertainty shows up in the form of shy smiles, thoughtful pauses, or overthinking the little things. These moments are easy to overlook, but they're meaningful. They reveal a softness, a depth, a realness that can't be faked. When a man gets nervous around you, it means he sees you as someone special, someone whose opinion, presence, and connection truly matter. And sometimes, love doesn't show up loud and bold. It shows up quietly, in the tremble of a voice or the flicker of a glance, when the heart is speaking more than the words. 8. He tries to make you laugh, even on bad days. When a man is secretly falling for you, one of the most sincere ways he shows it is by trying to make you laugh, especially when you're having a rough day. It's not about being the funniest person in the room or showing off his sense of humor. It's about lifting your mood, easing your stress, and bringing a little light into your moment because your happiness genuinely matters to him. Even when he doesn't know exactly what's wrong, he instinctively wants to make you smile. He notices when your energy shifts or when you're quieter than usual, and instead of ignoring it, he gently steps in with humor, playful teasing, or a goofy comment meant only for you. He may not always get it right, but the effort is always there. That effort isn't just about cheering you up. It's about emotionally reaching out to say, "I care how you feel." This kind of humor is different from casual joking. It's thoughtful and intentional. It comes from a place of empathy and emotional connection. He pays attention to what makes you laugh, remembers the things that lift your spirit, and pulls them out at just the right time. Whether it's a silly meme, a funny story, or an inside joke between the two of you, his goal is simple: to see you smile again. Trying to make someone laugh during their low moments is an act of quiet love. It's not loud or dramatic, but it's real. It means your emotions affect him, that your sadness feels personal to him, and that he wants to be a source of comfort in your world. And when someone consistently tries to bring you joy, even when they gain nothing from it, it's because their heart is already invested, whether they've admitted it or not. 9. He supports your goals and celebrates your wins. When a man is genuinely falling for you, he doesn't just enjoy your company. He becomes your quiet supporter, cheering for your dreams and standing behind your ambitions. He takes your goals seriously, no matter how big or small they may seem. Whether you're chasing a career milestone, starting a new hobby, or overcoming a personal challenge, he shows interest and encouragement. Your success doesn't intimidate him. It inspires him because he wants to see you shine. This kind of support is rooted in respect. He sees your potential and believes in what you're capable of, even when you doubt yourself. He offers motivation when you feel stuck, listens when you need to vent, and reminds you of your strength when things feel uncertain. He doesn't try to compete with you or make it about himself. Instead, he becomes a steady presence in your journey, someone who celebrates your progress and takes pride in your growth. He also celebrates your wins, both big and small, with genuine joy. It could be a new job, a personal breakthrough, or even something as simple as completing a task you've been putting off. His reaction will tell you how much he truly cares. When he's excited about your happiness and proud of your progress, it's not just about the moment, it's about how deeply he's connected to your journey. Supporting someone's goals requires attention, emotional investment, and a willingness to stand beside them, not just when things are easy, but also when the path is uncertain. When a man shows up for you in this way, it's a reflection of growing love. Because when someone truly cares, they don't just love who you are, they root for who you're becoming. And that kind of support is one of the clearest signs that his heart is already with you. 10. He goes out of his way to help you. When a man is quietly falling for you, his actions often speak louder than his words, especially when he goes out of his way to help you. Whether you ask for it or not, he's there, ready to show up in moments that matter. It could be something small, like fixing something for you, picking something up on his way, or offering a solution before you even realize you need one. His instinct to help isn't about showing off or keeping score. It's about care, pure and simple. He pays attention to what makes your day easier, what stresses you out, and what you're silently struggling with. And instead of stepping back, he leans in. He looks for opportunities to lighten your load, not because he feels obligated, but because your well-being genuinely matters to him. When someone is falling for you, your problems feel personal to them. Your happiness becomes a quiet priority in their heart. This effort isn't always loud or grand. Sometimes it's in the way he shows up when you least expect it, or the way he remembers what you need without being told twice. He doesn't wait for you to ask. He just acts, because he wants to be someone you can rely on. His help comes with no pressure, no expectation. It's just love, showing itself in motion. Going out of his way is a sign that his feelings are rooted in more than attraction. He's not just thinking about spending time with you. He's thinking about supporting you, standing beside you, and making your life a little better. And when someone consistently chooses effort over convenience, it's because they've already given a part of their heart, whether they say it out loud or not. 11. He mirrors your tone, phrases, or habits. When a man is developing real feelings for you, one of the quietest yet most meaningful signs is that he starts to mirror you, your tone, your phrases, even your small habits. This isn't something he does intentionally. It's a subconscious reflection of the emotional connection growing between you. When someone spends time with a person they're drawn to, their mind naturally begins to absorb the way that person speaks, laughs, reacts, and moves. You become an influence, not by force, but through closeness. You might notice him picking up a word you often use or mimicking your style of responding in conversation. Maybe he starts to enjoy doing things the way you do, or his expressions start sounding more familiar. It's subtle, but real. These moments show that he's not just spending time with you. He's emotionally aligned with you. Your presence is starting to shape his world, and without even realizing it, he begins to reflect it. This kind of mirroring is a deep psychological sign of emotional bonding. It means he's comfortable around you, connected to you, and open to your influence. He's letting pieces of you into his identity in small ways, because what you do and how you speak resonates with him. When someone isn't emotionally invested, they don't absorb this much. But when feelings are real, they show up in the smallest, most human ways. It's not about imitation, it's about connection. And when a man starts to sound a little like you, move like you, or even think the way you do, it's a sign that his heart is slowly sinking with yours. In those quiet reflections of your personality, his feelings are speaking, even when his words haven't caught up yet. 12. He remembers your likes and avoids your dislikes. When a man is genuinely falling for you, he starts to remember the things you like, and just as importantly, the things you don't. It's not because he's trying to impress you. It's because he cares about your comfort, your joy, and your boundaries. He listens when you talk about your favorite food, music, or the kind of jokes that make you laugh. And he also quietly takes note of what makes you uncomfortable, frustrated, or upset. His actions begin to reflect this awareness. He may bring you something he knows you enjoy without asking, avoid mentioning topics that bother you, or adjust his behavior in subtle ways that show he's been paying attention. It's not about changing who he is. It's about being thoughtful in how he shows up for you. This kind of consideration is one of the clearest signs that you matter deeply to him. Remembering your preferences doesn't take effort for him. It comes naturally when feelings are real. You become part of his mental space, and your happiness becomes something he values. He's not doing it to gain points. He's doing it because it brings him satisfaction to see you feel seen, safe, and understood. This quiet attentiveness reveals emotional presence. When someone truly likes you, they don't just hear your words, they carry them. They act with care, remembering not just what pleases you, but also what hurts or annoys you. And when a man adjusts his actions out of love and not obligation, it's a powerful reflection of how deeply his feelings are growing, even if he hasn't spoken them aloud. 13. He brings you up in conversations with others. When a man is secretly falling for you, you start showing up in his conversations, even when you're not around. He mentions you to his friends, his family, or even casually in group settings. It may not always be obvious, but if you listen closely, you'll notice your name or stories involving you slipping into his everyday talk. It's not about bragging or showing off. It's about the fact that you've naturally become a part of his thoughts, and now, a part of how he sees the world. He might talk about something funny you said, something thoughtful you did, or reference your opinion on a topic. These moments reveal that you're on his mind when he's with others, and that he values your presence in his life enough to include you in conversations that matter. Even when he doesn't realize he's doing it, it shows that you're more than just a passing interest. You're becoming part of his inner circle. The way someone talks about you when you're not there says a lot. When he brings you up, it means you've made an impression that lasts beyond the time you spend together. He's not trying to name drop. He's just genuinely thinking about you, and you've become relevant to the stories he tells and the way he expresses himself. This quiet integration of you into his conversations is a reflection of how deeply his feelings are settling in. He may not have said the words yet, but through his words to others, he's already showing that you've taken up space in his heart. And when someone includes you in the narrative of their life, without being asked, it means they're falling steadily and sincerely. 14. He stares when he thinks you're not looking. When a man is falling for you, there are moments when his feelings escape through his eyes, especially when he thinks you're not paying attention. He may not always have the words to express how he feels, but his gaze reveals what his heart is holding back. You might catch him staring at you from across the room during a quiet moment, or when you're busy talking to someone else. And when your eyes meet, he might quickly look away, smile shyly, or pretend he was just thinking. These quiet stares aren't just about physical attraction. They're about admiration, affection, and emotional curiosity. He's watching the way you move, how you laugh, how you react to the world around you. He's trying to understand you better, not through questions, but by simply being present in the moment with you, even from a distance. It's his way of taking you in, like you're something beautiful and rare that he's trying to memorize. This kind of gaze is different from someone just looking. It lingers, it softens, it carries something unspoken, and it often comes from a place of feeling more than he's ready to admit. When a man stares at you when you're not looking, it means you've captured a part of him, his attention, his curiosity, and maybe even his heart. Most of the time, he won't realize he's doing it, but those seconds where he lets his guard down, and simply looks at you. That's when the truth shows. Because in love, the eyes often confess what the lips are still too afraid to say. And those silent stares are sometimes the clearest signs that he's already falling deeply and genuinely. 15. He acts different around you than he does with everyone else. When a man is quietly falling for you, one of the most noticeable, yet often overlooked signs is that he behaves differently around you compared to how he is with everyone else. It's not a conscious performance. It's a shift that happens naturally because his feelings are involved. You bring out a version of him that's softer, more attentive, more thoughtful. While he may be loud, carefree, or even distant with others, around you he becomes more intentional. His words carry weight, his tone becomes gentler, and his focus sharpens. This difference isn't about changing who he is. It's about revealing who he becomes when he feels emotionally drawn to someone. He may smile more easily around you, seem more nervous, or act more protective. There might be a certain lightness in his demeanor, or a quiet intensity when he listens to you speak. These shifts reflect the emotional space he's starting to enter. You're no longer just another person in the room. You're someone he sees differently, feels differently about, and responds to in a way that's unique. Others may even notice it before you do. They might tease him about how he acts when you're near, or say he seems more serious or more alive when you're around. That contrast in behavior is a silent confession, a signal that his heart is involved in ways he hasn't yet put into words. You unlock a side of him that isn't visible to everyone else, and that alone speaks volumes. When someone's feelings are real, their behavior shifts, not because they're pretending, but because love changes people in small, beautiful ways. And when you bring out a version of him that no one else gets to see, it's because you've already touched a part of him no one else has reached.